Hey guys, I'm Tyler Kopstock and welcome to my channel. I represent Footlock Academy and I'm a student under Eduardo Teta Rios. I'm a full-time Jiu-Jitsu athlete and instructor, and I created this page to share my techniques, training and Jiu-Jitsu journey with you. Feel free to like and subscribe, and welcome to the family. Us. Hey guys, welcome to another week here at the beginner's course, and today we're going to go a little bit further on the 50-50, and specifically what we're going to do today is an ankle lock. This is an ankle lock I like to attack, especially when we're kind of stuck. There seems to be no progress in the position. Of course, this is IBJJF legal for the lower belts, so this is a very nice attack to go for in that position. And of course, it gives us a couple of scenarios after as well. So you got into the 50-50, and like I've talked about before, if you haven't checked out the earlier videos, make sure to check those out. So what I'm talking about in those videos is that I'm always looking to fight for this side here, okay? So I never want to be on the opposite side. That's going to be better for him, and he's going to be more dominant with leg attacks and so on, okay? So I want to make sure we're starting to fight from this position here. So you can already start wrapping this leg here, but what I'm looking for is I'm looking to put the top of his foot here on the side of my ribs. Okay, so if his leg is too far through, it's not going to be as efficient. Maybe if you're really strong, you could still manage. But if you want to be really technical about it, you're trying to put the side here on those ribs on the side, okay? At the same time, you're going to wrap your arm pretty tight around it, okay? Where you place this arm is a little bit of preference. You can grab your collar, that's fine. Or you can grab your knee, that's also fine. I like to go for the knee most of the times, especially because it transitions well to no-gi as well, okay? Now, we're going to talk a little bit about my legs, okay? So this leg here, that's free. I'm going to try to go underneath and hook the inside of Christian's knee here, okay? So just so you guys can see, this one goes here and hooks like this. So this is going to force his knee to the floor on this side, and it's going to help me establish and keep this position to this side as well, okay? The other leg here, I'm going to try to stomp on his hip, okay? That means if it's on the floor, I'm going to move it up so I can put my heel on his hip bone here, okay? So with my legs like this, I'm going to be able to keep this knee bent, pointing outside or pointing out towards you guys, okay? So if he manages to stretch it, he will likely also manage to put me on the other side, okay? So I want to keep his knee bent here like this. Okay, this way it's going to be harder for Christian to try to stretch it and try to bring it out over to the other side. Okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm looking to grab my knee or grab my collar, and here I am. Okay, now the finishing power of this technique is kind of interesting because I see a lot of people just try to pull, which can be good enough and strong enough. But the thing here is, if you move your butt closer to his, you get the rotation you need. Okay, of course, this does give you some power and you can finish from here. But if you just grab your shin here and you move your butt closer and you keep the posting on the legs here. So all you need to do is bring your booty close, whoop, and you get the power to finish there. Okay, so we're just going to turn the angle a little bit so you guys can see. Wow. So we're still. So what you guys will notice, and I'm just going to try to make it look so you guys can see, here and here, okay? So this one is hooking the inside of his knee. This one is stepping on top of the hip. Now I'm bringing this right beside my ribs here, okay? So now I want to grab my collar or grab my knee here, okay? Make sure to always make their knee point this way. So now I'm bringing myself closer to finish the ankle lock, okay? So this is kind of the one thing that I feel like is almost 95% of it is the setup and 5% is really the finish there, okay? Okay guys, so we're gonna go a little bit further here. When it happens that he defends well and he gets his leg over to the other side, what do I do? So same position, and like we might have been in the 50-50 for a while. I started setting up the leg lock, especially when he sees that I'm trying to force his knee down to the side here. A lot of the people will start to stretch their leg and force the other side, okay? Now, like I was saying before, go a little bit back there, Christian. Watch how my foot is on his hip and not past his hip here, okay? When my foot is on his hip, the cool thing about this is when he's turning to the other side, my leg becomes free here, okay? When it's free, I'm looking to dip it right behind the opposite knee, okay? So just to turn towards you guys so you can see. So my foot was here. I'm gonna look to put it right behind here, okay? It's a timing thing. So it's not like you're gonna do super slow motion because then he's gonna catch your leg back into the 50-50, right? So it's more, you're going for the leg lock, and as he pushes, you're hooking the back of his knee here, okay? So you're in no danger of any attacks or leg entanglements in this position, okay? Now the second thing that I'm looking for here. Now, watch this. His knee is quite powerful if he gets it in front of my chest here or my belly, okay? So this is gonna stop me from getting closer. The whole fight here is that I'm trying to bring my ribs close to his knee here and close this gap. So I'm locking his knee past or underneath my armpit, okay? Preferably, if I can get, actually, it's not really that important, but if you can get the grip on the cross collar, that's the best, okay? What you can go for is the belt. You can go for the pants. There are alternatives, I mean, but the best one is definitely going for the cross collar. This is gonna stop him from rotating too far away from you, and you can pull him quite close to you as well. Now, once I'm here, I can start coming up into the leg drag position, okay? So we're talking about a timing thing where I was going for the leg lock here, but he pushes. So I'm getting closer and I'm passing his knee line here and coming up, okay? Of course, there's gonna be a fight. He's most likely going to try to bring my leg back into the 50-50 and so on. So I have to be prepared. So when it happens, I'm fighting to get my foot out and come up, okay? If I want to really control this position, I can pull his butt up and post my leg behind like this, okay? This way it's gonna be really hard for him to get his hips to the floor and start turning in towards me, okay? Now, one more time. So here, he pushes back, he's turning away, and here I come in to the leg drag. Okay, so this with a combination of the leg lock are super good combos, and how should I say it, especially if you have a really hard guard to pass, giving them the option between getting submitted or getting passed is usually a really good way to make things move a little bit. Well, thank you guys for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Hey guys, welcome to another week here at the beginner's course, and today we're going to do a little bit of a fancy thing from the 50-50. So we're going to go for a 50-50 ankle lock. This one is of course IBJJF, how should I say it, approved, I guess. And so this is an attack I like to go for, especially if we linger there for a little bit and you start to want to get some action or something has to happen, right? So this one sets up for a couple of things later on as well. So what we're gonna look at here is first how my arm is gonna go around his leg. So like I was talking about in the earlier videos, I always wanna keep him on this side here, okay? So if he's pushing me to the other side, he's dominating a little bit of the fight here. It's gonna be hard for me to start taking his leg, especially since it's posted on the floor and all of that, okay? So I wanna be on this side here. And what I'm looking to do is to wrap his foot. But I'm not just wrapping it so that his heel is right behind me here. I'm trying to wrap it so that the blade of his foot here, the side here, is lining up to my ribs on the side here, okay? So I want to put his foot here like this, okay? While it's there, I'm trying to wrap my hand around it or my arm around it so that it's tight all the time, okay? No-gi here, I'm gonna grab my knee or my shin right on the top, right beside my knee. So this is gonna give me that tightness, okay? Now let's look at the feet. So the feet here, I'm gonna go with my free leg behind his leg here and hook the back of his knee, like the crook of the knee here. So I'm hooking like this, and I'm using this to actively push it down towards the floor, okay? My other foot is gonna be pushing on his hip bone. So I'm gonna bring my heel up from the floor and push it right into his hip bone here, like this, okay? Now, what I'm doing here is I'm basically forcing his knee to point to this side, okay? If I was really lazy with my legs, a lot of the times he would be able to stretch his leg out and push me over to the other side, okay? So, by keeping this hook and my heel on his hip bone, now it's gonna be really hard for Christian to start to work over to the other side, okay? Now, once I have my foot positioned right and my arm wrapped around his leg, I'm gonna make sure that I'm grabbing my shin here, of course. And a lot of the times people think it's all about just pulling and trying to make it a tap by looking up. But the trick here is actually pushing your hips in towards the guy. So you wanna create the rotation by staying tight, and turning in towards him here, okay? So just look at it from a different angle. Boom, boom, boom. So here, what you're gonna see is I'm bringing my hips in and creating the rotation that I need in his ankle as I do so, okay? So it's not about pulling or taking his leg anywhere, right? I just want to turn and create this rotation to get the tap, okay? So let's look at it again. Just one more time. From this position, wow. So I get my foot hooked inside, I put my heel on his hip, I wrap his leg, grab my shin, and now the rest is just rotating here, slowly, of course, and take care of your partners, right? Okay guys, so we're gonna go a little bit further here, and what happens when my opponent decides to stretch his leg, or maybe he was looking out early for the move and he knows what's gonna happen, right? So still the 50-50, and I've already moved my legs into the right position. So I'm looking for this, right? And I might have been able to push his knee to the floor, or maybe even it's already stopped in here in the air and he's already trying to push it up to the other side. Now the thing here is that he's gonna push, and as he does so, watch how my foot is free because it's on his hip bone and not past his hips here, okay? So I'm gonna have it on the hip, and as he turns, I'm gonna try to push it underneath the other leg here on the other side. So I'm hooking the opposite crook of the knee here, okay? Let's look at it from a different angle. So here, I try to go to this side. Now I'm hooking underneath here. So this is a pretty safe place where I know my leg is not entangled, I'm not in danger, I'm behind both of his legs here, and I can start to proceed to get closer, okay? So what I have to fight for now is not to let his knee come in front of me, okay? This knee can be problematic and can create space, and it can make it really hard for me to get closer. So what I'm looking here to do is to get my armpit over his knee here. So I'm looking to close this gap and lock and get tight, okay? Of course, I'm gonna be exploding upwards and trying to come up to the leg drag position, okay? So I try to go for the foot lock, he pushes, and then I'm coming up and getting tight, okay? Like I said before, if you're too loose, he's gonna be able to push and get this knee in between. So by having this tight, now if he tries to turn in towards me, I can actually start passing as well and come into the side control, okay? One last time, going for the foot lock, he turns, and we have the leg drag, okay? Yes. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys liked it. And as always, please like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Yes.